The next question that I think you'll have a really clear insight on deals with crime. And they're wondering if low income housing or affordable housing contributes to high crime or comes along with an increase of crime.
Yeah, you definitely hear that a lot. And I've heard that concern a lot talking to folks. And that tends to be the concern that people bring up when public or low income housing is going into their neighborhood. But I was just talking to someone at the League of the Democratic Women's Voter Club last night, and she was telling me about a development in her neighborhood that happened a few years back. And of course that happened. You know, everybody complained, all the neighbors around there sending complaints. They didn't want this development to come in. And a few years down the road, everybody loves it. It's fine. The neighborhood's great. Crime hasn't gone up. And you see that happen over and over again. People are afraid that something is going to disrupt the idyllic character of their neighborhood. But what they really find is that our neighbors in low income housing are good neighbors. You know, they want to be responsible citizens just like you and I. You know, these are just regular people. They just, you know, are trying to find a place to live. So you know, all the research backs that up. Low-income housing projects increase the value of homes around them. Doesn't have a detrimental impact on home values. There's lots of studies that show that. It really is just that knee-jerk reaction, like you say, that people are afraid of something different. But again, when these projects go through, we find over and over again that we have good results and things go well. Crime doesn't go up, property values go up. I think a lot of times when people think of public housing or low income housing, they think of big, stark towers. You know, you think of like the old New York 80s developments, and people are turned off by the architecture and the atmosphere of those things. But public housing doesn't have to be that way. And we have plenty of developments here in Knoxville that show that. The Austin Homes development that's going in is a beautiful little neighborhood with mixed density, some dense buildings, some townhouses, some single family homes. So low income and public housing can be just as valuable an asset to a neighborhood as, you know, another street full of single family homes. And also to bring that up, if we're building our public housing in a mixed use kind of way and building those small business incubators I was talking about into them, that creates economic opportunity and creates that little corner store that everybody wishes they had in their neighborhood. You know, so I think there's a lot of synergy in a lot of these ideas, a lot of synergy in the idea of densifying and of thinking about our low income housing, our public housing, and our homeless population. How do we deal with that? We know the homeless population going here. It all comes together in pushing for more affordable housing. It really does alleviate a lot of these issues.